LUTUT.
Oh yeah.
Nggak cukup.
A lot of pressure through here because you're pulling. He went through the front, and you're pulling all that stuff when you do this. So it'd be like if somebody cut you here, and then 3 days later you went like this, right? That would be a lot of pressure, right? So it's the same thing here, okay? So this is, we call it a heel slide, just like when you're on your bed, right? That was a heel slide, but with a strap, okay? So I want to give you a way of doing this in sitting and in laying down. That way you're not laying down and you say, okay, I gotta do my exercises, and you're like, oh crap, I gotta get up to the chair. You can do it in bed. This is that in a chair, okay? Or if you can. Good, so feel how your butt bones are on the edge. Now take this leg and go as straight as you can go. Good. See how by getting forward you don't hit this as much? That allows you to work on straightening, right? Or if you want to sit on the couch, you just put your foot up there, okay? So this is how you do the same two things we did there in a seated position. So that way you can do it throughout your day. And then same thing, tighten your quad. Good. And then relax. There you go. See how it kind of went, it moved, right? You kind of felt it. Best way to do this, put 2 fingers here when you're really relaxed. Now tighten it. Feel how that moves. So you do it yourself. So put 2 fingers there. Relax everything. Good. Now tighten it. Feel how that pushes up in your hand. That's how you know you're doing it right. Put it back down. There you go. Good. Then you go as high as you can. Okay. This you will eventually get tired. So I want you to just do 3 sets of 10.
Okay.
Yep. So 10, you've already done 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A lot of pressure through here because you're pulling. He went through the front, and you're pulling all that stuff when you do this. So it'd be like if somebody cut you here, and then 3 days later you went like this, right? That would be a lot of pressure, right? So it's the same thing here, okay? So this is, we call it a heel slide, just like when you're on your bed, right? That was a heel slide, but with a strap, okay? So I want to give you a way of doing this in sitting and in laying down. That way you're not laying down and you say, okay, I gotta do my exercises, and you're like, oh crap, I gotta get up to the chair. You can do it in bed. This is that in a chair, okay? Six, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, when I do like this is
Yep.
feel sort or tight.
Ya baru ready.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Surgery.
yes, because with the Jiffy knee, they go a little bit to the outside of the kneecap to come up. So that's where all the cutting happened, right? Now, the benefit of this knee versus like a standard knee replacement is that they will go to the outside and kind of stay out here, right? So all that you just did happens through here. Okay, so in the old knee replacements, they would do this and then they would kind of cut into this tendon a little bit. Now, those had patients with like a lot of pain right up here, right? So what this does is it allows for the rehab to be better by kind of like, instead of cutting the tendon, it kind of like nicks the muscle on the outside, right? So it would be like this. If I have my finger tendon, you know, see this tendon right here? It would be like, instead of doing a wrist surgery that splits that tendon, you do a wrist surgery that kind of comes out here and hits another muscle, right? Important for the hand and something we're going to have to work on eventually, but nowhere near as important as if I snap, if I hit this tendon. So it allows for recovery to happen faster. Right, but that's also why you feel it on the outside versus directly in the front, is because all the cutting happened out there. Okay, bend your knee, bend your left knee, and your right leg is going to stop it. So actually, let's do this. Let's hook it behind. There. Okay. So now you're going to bend with your hamstring. So bend your knee, and then this is going to provide resistance. So you feel how this turns on?
Go forward.
No.
No,
Sorry.
no, angkat.
You're gonna try and do this motion, okay?
Go down.
Oh.
Yep. So that motion, but then this is gonna stop it. So it's gonna be like,
Okay. Or push back.
yep. There you go. So you're kind of fighting it, right?
Okay.
It's like if I was to try and get my bicep to strengthen by going like this, right? This one's pushing against this one. So this is a good way of working on your hamstrings, okay?
Okay.
So we did a lot of the quad, which is really important. It's kind of a 3-to-2 ratio, quad to hamstring.
Bisa bang. Susah.
But we want to work the hamstrings too. We can't
How,
forget
how
about
long I can push?
it. I usually tell people like a 5-10 second hold, right? And then relax. I usually do maybe about 10 of those. I'll write all of Good. There you go. Okay. A little harder to do now that you've moved it, huh?
Yeah, just tight only my problem.
Yeah.
I'm enemy sore.
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I don't love how low that bed is.
It's
You're
okay.
getting out of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely use the walker. And then just, I would probably say, if you can be somewhat close to him when he does it.
okay.
Just so there's that, like, all you need to do maybe is give a little extra oomph
Okay.
to get him past that low squat.
Okay.
All right, so now I want to see, are you able to go up on your toes and then back down? Good. Okay. How's it feel?
Okay.
Okay. I want you doing this through the day. Okay.
Yeah.
So
how many?
ideally we get 30 done, so 3 sets of 10. However, sometimes that's kind of weird to just do. So what I'll say is if you're standing up and you're moving to here, right, I would say, okay, before you sit down, maybe do 10, 15 of these.